Hey everybody, welcome back. I am so excited to be here. We are talking once again about how to have an extraordinary life being just an everyday, ordinary person. I'm Alicia Johnson and welcome to my YouTube channel. This talk is fresh and hot off the presses because we are coming back off of a family reunion weekend. And this weekend was so special and just so exciting and endearing because this was the first time in about 30 years, I think they said, that my husband's side of the family has had a reunion. And this weekend really got me to thinking about how we as mothers, we as family members, aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever your relationship is, we have the opportunity to do some pretty extraordinary things right where we sit. I was brought to remembering a lot of my past, my family history, a lot of the things that we've gone through as far as my family is concerned. And I really began to realize that a lot of the issues and a lot of the shortcomings and a lot of the dysfunctions that we deal with individually and collectively as a family, as, parts of society, is because we fail to do the things that people feel are mundane, people today feel are just too, how can I put it, too involved, or it's just too difficult, or whatever the case may be. And that is spending time with family, healing those old wounds, taking time to do the forgiveness work, taking time to have those tough conversations so that we can use our families as the powerful resources that God intended for them to be. Our families are our very first networks. Our families are our very first school. Our families are everything. Our families are like a microcosm of the entire world. Everybody on this planet comes from a family unit. And what you do with your family unit is your responsibility. And what I began to realize, for me, being at my husband's reunion, it was fun because that was his reunion. Those were his memories. Those were his childhood activities. But then I started to think about my own family, and this is where it got real. I began to realize that we missed a lot of opportunities to live an extraordinary life as a family. We missed a lot of opportunities to really take advantage of all of the resources that God placed within our family. And why is that? Because of unforgiveness, because of poor communication, because of so many issues that people did not want to deal with. And today is the day that we all need to take inventory of the role that we play in our own families. And it starts here. It starts right where you sit. Are there issues within your own family that a conversation could cure? Are there situations that need to be resolved so that people can start to grow and learn and to start to really understand the resources that we have? And what was very interesting for me is that, for example, my father's side of the family, he had like 13 brothers and sisters. And unfortunately, for a lot of our childhood, we were not a part of that family unit, which in later years, I realized like we're starting to put some of those pieces together. I'm starting to connect and reconnect with some of my cousins and family. And when we have these conversations, we're like, well, what really happened? Like, what were the problems there? What really, what was the confusion? We don't know exactly because we weren't there, but we do have a responsibility to to understand that if God has placed us in these families and God has put us here as this unit, then we have a responsibility to figure out just what these assignments are. And in order to really extract that extraordinary essence out of our families and out of the units that we have been placed in, we've got to do the work. So today is the day that you sit and you think about your family, think about the resources, think about all of the talent, and think about all of the reasons why it benefits the world for you to not understand the truth of who God has created you to be. And once you understand why the world is so positioned or so conditioned to break up families and to keep us at odds, it's because once we do come together, once we do connect, and once we do understand all of the gifts that God has given us, then guess what? We become extraordinary. And when you become extraordinary and you start to thrive, then you become unstoppable. And that is one of the things that the world does not want us to be, is unstoppable, because then you become unusable for the world. So today, think about it. Put in the comments, are you and your family as tight as you know you could be? Or is there work to do? And do you realize how many resources are sitting right there in the family that you're in? And is forgiveness or unforgiveness the only thing keeping you from living an extraordinary life? All right, everybody, enjoy the process of learning to really love your family, and I'll see you next time.